Shopify is winning Salesforce clients, stoking e-commerce rivalry. Over the past 15 years or so, Shopify Inc. has established itself as the go-to for mom-and-pop businesses looking to set up shop online. Now, in a dramatic shift, the Canadian company is targeting larger companies, and in doing so, looking to wrest e-commerce customers from Salesforce Inc. Shopify says it has lured hundreds of Salesforce clients, including big brands like Toys R Us and mattress seller Casper, and is encouraging other companies to join the mass migration. Shopify's key selling point is lower prices for its suite of e-commerce services, and it has been cheekily calling out Salesforce's penchant for wining and dining potential clients. The reason most enterprise software is so expensive is because it takes so many steak dinners to put it in your hand, Shopify CEO Kaz Nejetin, I'm not going to
COO.
COO said in an interview. Salesforce eagerly clapped back, saying its platform offers functions that Shopify doesn't, including customer service and can better handle traffic surges. Anything's cheaper if you narrow the use case to one thing and say, oh, we're cheaper for this one thing, said Luke Ball, Salesforce's Senior Vice President of Product Management. We're still the incumbent reigning champion in the space for other companies, other companies are trying to break into. Salesforce also says it has attracted hundreds of customers from Shopify, such as Black Rifle Coffee Co., Reserve Bar, and Hasbro Inc. Shopify denies losing that many customers to Salesforce. By targeting larger retailers, Shopify is hoping to turbocharge growth, which took a hit after the pandemic e-commerce boom fizzled. The company makes much of its money selling services to its customers and is betting that the order volume generated by bigger retailers will help it grow more quickly than by relying on its existing base of mom-and-pop shops. And this is from Bloomberg. Jumping in with our first question, as Shopify partners, is any of this a surprise to us?
Competitors doing competitive things now.
I also mean like the shift to like larger stores. That's been happening for years.
It's been happening for years. The plus ecosystem's been getting developed. So Shopify Plus is just for larger merchants. It comes with more tools, bigger price tag.
Yep.
They've been putting more dollars in development into that product. It doesn't surprise me at all.
I mean, they've been diminishing support for their like small business ecosystem.
We see that all the time.
This
is not a surprise.
No,
it's not a surprise.
To be honest, from my perspective, this isn't even really 2024 news. This is like 2022 news that people, I guess, are getting wind of and reporting on now. But yeah, Shopify likes big business. Surprise, surprise. How does the Shopify experience differ for mom and pop businesses versus large businesses?
It's a different product. So the Shopify Plus is just it's the enterprise. That's what they call their enterprise version of Shopify. There's better support. It used to be the other way around. The mom and pops used to have amazing support, great partner support, like could talk to a live agent really, really quickly. Now that's all kind of passed on to their larger businesses, the enterprise plans. So it's a very different experience in that regard. They have currency advantages. They have international market advantages. They've got inventory location advantage. There's lots and lots of advantages on their enterprise stuff.
Well, they've got one of the big ones. They've got onboarding employees that are there to help
that too,
like develop solutions for large companies that want to onboard to the platform. You don't get any of that as like a mom and pop shop. It's all out of the box. Hope it works for you, and if you're lucky, find a good Shopify partner to work with who can stretch that a lot further.
Yeah,
I think they're very different products, and I think really they've been supporting the really big players for quite a long time while making a lot of their money on the smaller ones. It's a really interesting dynamic.
Yeah.
Do we think the Shopify Salesforce comparison makes much sense?
Salesforce is pretty expensive. Shopify Plus is also pretty expensive. The comparison doesn't make sense.
I don't see it.
I don't see it either.
Because is Salesforce even known as an e-commerce platform?
It's a big, in my opinion, it's a big tool. It's a huge tool.
Yeah.
It's a bloated tool. There's a lot there. It does some things really, really well.
They're known for like their like CRM and ERP, are they not?
Yep.
So like I put it in the same bucket as like any of the other platforms where it does a bunch of things because they started with some like core service offering and it just been like snowballing out from there. It's like it's very similar to like the Adobe model of like we've got one piece of software and we're just going to tack more and more and more and more on. So like, maybe people are just being colloquial. Because I was going to say like I wouldn't compare Adobe to like DaVinci. I would compare Premiere to DaVinci.
The one tool, yes.
Right?
Yeah, not the whole versus. I completely agree.
So like a more accurate comparison would be like whatever Salesforce's e-commerce offering is compared to Shopify. Yeah. But then like
I'm not comparing Salesforce's or CRM to Shopify's non-existent CRM.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're two very different. It's you're in the bag of tools. These two tools, there's a little bit of overlap, but like you wouldn't say, hey, these are the same tool. Which one's better?
Which, to be fair, Luke Ball is calling out in the article. When he says anything's cheaper if you narrow the use case to one thing and say, oh, we're cheaper for this one thing. Well, fair enough.
That is true. It's 100% true.
Like
we talk about that
with
all the
Shopify,
time.
you're getting an e-commerce platform. You're not getting all the other things that Salesforce does. I have no idea how the breakdown works. Like, can you even buy just the e-commerce component of Salesforce? Who the heck knows? Would
you? Why? Yeah. What value does that bring? Yeah.
It's not software we support. None of our clients are really on it.
We have clients that use Salesforce, but not their e-commerce version of Salesforce. Like it's CRM, it's their email marketing.
But even then, it's not the top CRM that we see in our ecosystem. No. It's not the top CRM that we support. Like Salesforce is an industry titan.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of their customers are like legacy customers that have been around forever. If you're in
hotels,
if you're in that small business range where you're like beyond a mom and pop, maybe you're like generational at this point, where you're doing a few to several $1 million a year in revenue, and you're not a startup, but you're also not like a massive legacy operation with thousands of employees. I find the businesses in that range are not looking to Salesforce for solutions. They're looking for like smaller individual offerings for the CRM over here, Shopify over there, and then maybe some software to bridge the gap.
Yeah, that's super common, and I agree. Do we need to wine and dine more?
That's you know what? That's one of the takeaways from this article.
Yeah.
If Salesforce is landing massive companies by taking them to steak dinners, should we be,
If you want to come golfing with Aaron and I, if you want to go out to a steak dinner, I don't know if we should do that. I like golf. I like steak dinners. But is that how we close clients? That's not the value. And this is...
No. I think boil it down even further. Like, buy a $30,000 website, get a steak dinner.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Like, if for a project of a certain size, can we give them a gift card to the keg?
We could.
Like,
there's lots of businesses that do that. You buy this, normally that's not where our value comes from.
Not at all.
But I get it. For those larger clients, there is a lot of schmoozing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of schmoozing. And have I ever been in those rooms to schmooze with the VP of product or the senior vice president of product management? No, but I can imagine what happens behind those doors and how those deals get closed. And people buy from people they like.
Yeah.
So the people that schmooze end up getting liked more.